for the Wolves, the right choice. Starting on the left side, Antoine Roussel. In the middle, Mark Mancari. On the right, Matt Climie. Nolan Baumgartner and Kevin Connaughton on defense. And Matt Climie gets the nod in net. Scratches, Ryan Parent, JP Testweedy, Nathan Longpree, Chris Tonev, Michael Davies, Antoine Rodin, Mark Matheson, Stefan Schneider.
Allstate goaltender matchup. You're in good hands with Allstate. Matt Climie gets his second start with the Chicago Wolves. Alexander Salak will make his second appearance for the Rockford IceHogs.
A strong left pad save.
Terry Koharski, the referee tonight, doesn't call a lot of penalties, and that's one of the officials you have to be aware of and adapt a little bit to his style of calling a game. Schrader carrying behind the net, wraparound try, ends up top. Oreskevich feeds it off, Sobi's blast, he scores! A redirect out in front, the Wolves have a 1-0 lead.
First of all, Jordan Schrader with some nifty moves behind the net, took his time, and the stuff attempt just missed, went back to Oreskevich, and I like what he did. He had his back to the play, so instead of forcing it without looking and maybe throwing it away, he went back to the point. And a soft little dish back to that area, and the one-timer deflects, of course. There's the backhand wraparound attempt, and Oreskevich back to the point. I'm not sure if that hit anybody. It might have been, yeah, maybe McLean. It was the centerman back helping out on the defensive side. I think it hit something on the way by.
No surprise, 22 in Burgundy. Darren Archibald out in front of the net. On the other side, where it looked like that puck was redirected. Reason battles it to the line. Malone held it in and then knocked down Claxon. A nice open ice shoulder there.
Yeah. Surprise, Matt.
Climie makes the save and more rough stuff out in front. Roussel in a headlock with Marin. And Roussel feeding some uppercuts. Marin trying to answer.
We mentioned this last night. Marin just back in the lineup after a severe concussion. Has been out for quite some time. And I'm not sure if you want to see one of your young guys get into an altercation like this.
Claxon and Stanton are also pushing and shoving. I think the referee, Terry Koharski, gets in the middle of the two and says, "Don't make me kick you out of the game."
I thought maybe we'd see Claxon and Lalonde tag up and have a little talk too, but did not develop.
Archibald with a power play goal in the opening game this season to Baumgartner. Now Connaughton down low for Oreskevich. Schrader, the other forward, will pick up control of the puck. As Archibald on the front, pass off the Wolves forward. Schrader trying to stay strong, but a better effort by McLean, and he gets the clear.
Not sure what Lalonde was doing there. When he got good control of it, he gave it up, and the Wolves got good control themselves. Schrader, I'm sure he looked like at least he was banking the puck in, or tried to. There's a dish on the backhand to the front of the net.
Strong tucks through a check. He'll leave it off for Sweat. Back to Strong. No shots in that power play, but after the power play, he scored! Duco! And it might have redirected off of Sweat. Yeah. His first goal of the year. The Wolves have a 2-0 lead.
I think so, Jason. I think he went by the top of the crease, and I'm not sure if it is his stick or his skate, but it's certain a redirect, and a subtle one it was.
A late birthday present then.
There you go. Unless it was the player that was with Sweat, but Sweat starts it off, gets the puck down low. Strong to the front, there's the shot. Not sure if we'll pick it up or not. And yeah, it has to hit Billy Sweat, because watch Perry coming from behind. There's the skate. They actually do.
Oh, they're going to review it.
How are they going to review it?
Well,
they're going to Toronto?
Terry Koharski was talking with one of the linesmen. It was Aaron Mills that he was talking to.
The only way
Salak has come all the way out to argue.
They call it a goal. The only way they can really know is by looking at the clock, and by them doing that, they're not supposed to.
Roger Belling, the other linesman, shaking his head. I didn't see it.
Right.
So it's on the eyes of Terry Koharski, the referee.
Watch Perry, who comes from behind Sweat. There's the kick, or at least the redirection. If we keep the camera going, Perry's going to follow up and go right to the referee and motion that it was kicked in. But I think that should be a goal, no matter what.
And how about the travel? You touched on it the first period that Peoria has. They're playing a game in Texas tonight. Then we'll have to fly into O'Hare and bus to Peoria for a 7 o'clock face-off. Get some more rust up after the whistle. Claxon and Shaw. They've been talking all game, and now they're going to dance.
There's the left.
And Claxon landing early. Shaw coming back for left. They string each other out. Both not afraid to go toe-to-toe. Tail the tape.
Boy, some of those glancing blows off the ear of Shaw don't feel too good.
Claxon, as we know, so far likes to go long in fights, and as he gets the jersey over the head of Shaw, the line staff will break it up. Found it interesting in training camp with the Chicago Blackhawks. Andrew Shaw had a hit on one of the skilled Blackhawks, and then Daniel Carcillo immediately came in and dropped the mitts, and Andrew Shaw said, I don't mind that. Carcillo is actually a player I look up to.
Sure.
Trying to play the same agitating role.
It's interesting you bring that up because I had a situation way back happen too, and I just happened to have Ben Wilson on my team, so he jumped in and took care of it, and the guy who took care of it was Warren Reichel.
Oh, jeez.
So, but that was the respect, or at least that's the veteran guy. But I agree in some ways. When you're a young guy, you play a strong, hard-nosed game, and you're talking about Shaw. I mean, that's part of your job, and it's part of the respect you will earn by taking on somebody. So I think it's a difficult situation either way.
Hit 135 penalty minutes last season with Owen Sound at Shaw, but 54 points, 22 of them goals. So
pretty good,
the guy that that new mid-size almost enforcer that can really play the game and chip in offensively. Smith held it in. Friesen uses the wall to get it to center.
Good play by Duco. He actually was going out. He was straddling the blue line. He pushed the puck back to his defense, and got good control of it.
Chance for Strong. Kicked away by Salak. Penalty call coming up on Rockford. Duco has it. Climbing to the bench. Extra attacker on his man carry. Friesen shoots. He scores! Powder River from downtown. 3-0 Wolves.
Salak has been so solid over 2 games, but not a lot of work in this one. He looked like he just whiffed on it. What a rocket it was, though. Good puck control by the Wolves. Got into the offensive zone. Kept the hold of the puck. Here's Billy Sweat behind the net. Duco now. Back to the point. One-timer from Connaughton, and just a rocket top shelf.
Right in the wheelhouse.
And we've seen Salak a couple of times with that glove hand make some pretty good saves, and nonchalant. That one, I'm not sure if he did not see it at the last second.
Well, Bill Sweat was out in front. I don't know if he's anticipating a tip from Sweat.
He didn't get that arm up at all. And that's a huge goal for the Wolves.
3-0. All 3 goals coming at even strength. That one with the netminder off and the delayed penalty. So the Wolves will not get the power play. They take the goal. And finally, maybe a momentum swing here in the third period.
From Climie, he kicked it in the corner pass shot.
Conley lets it rip. Kicked away by Climie. And put the rebound right to Friesen, who cleared it all the way down. Boy, I thought 35 saves last night from Eddie Lack was impressive. 40 so far by Matt Climie. Brian Fay lets it go. Climie is up. Rebound, they score. Poked in by Parody.
Well, it only took them 42 shots to finally get on the board, and I'll tell you what, there's been some dandies. Matt Climie has been spectacular and just did not get enough help on this one. The Fay shot a good one, and it does creep through, but look at the body positioning and the willingness to want this puck. Through the seam, Parody finds it, dives right through, and will just be able to touch the puck. It laid there. Erickson tried to get a stick on stick, but unable to do that. Parody beats him to the punch and gets the Hawks on the board with a power play goal. Bounces off the loose stick and jumps up and hits him in the pad.
Empty net for Rockford.
2:14 remaining. Down a couple.
The Wolves have been outshot by 30, but they lead by 2 with just over 2 minutes remaining. Off the face-off, picked up by Sweat. Thinking first, let's get the puck out to center. An empty net. Mike Duco will put the Wolves up by 3. his first of the season.
Oh, great move along this board by Billy Sweat. And Duco showing his speed in the middle of the ice. The puck, I think if there was nobody around, may have had momentum on end to get all the way in, but a good job by Duco to follow up and make sure. Face off, again, in those situations, such a key for everybody to participate, be a part of it, and win. And that was the case as the puck came to the near boards to us, and Sweat fought hard to get it up and out. And Duco ends up scoring.
How about Duco's game? A goal and 2 assists now, and Bill Sweat has a goal and a helper in this one. Goal coming at 17:55 into the empty net. Dean Strong also assisting on the goal, his second helper of the evening. Sweat shadowing him. Rockford will have a couple days off. Their next game will be against the Texas Stars on Tuesday. So Rockford's going to drop back-to-back games for the first time this year.
Next 4 or 5, I believe, at home for the Hogs. They have an exciting team. You know, they're going to lose this one. They're going to lose back-to-back. With 47 shots on net, a young team, they can play. They got a lot of talent.
Yeah, if you're Ted Dent, you fired over 70 shots in 2 games and have 1 goal to show for it. And they've had some great chances.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't know if you can coach them up much more.
No, it's one of those things where you feel like I would think that you just got to say, hey, keep shooting, they're going to eventually go in, and we're not going to face the goaltending that they did in the last 2 games.
Outstanding performance by Matt Climie, his first win with the Wolves, a 4-1 victory, but don't let the score fool you. It was all Climie stopping 47 shots.